All
Wait,
right.
are we live? Was that your intro?
No, 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 no. But we are live. So,
No.
yeah, we're live. It's great.
Wait around the house. Okay. What? Huh?
Uh, yeah, we're live.
Me.
I'm glad to know that we are alive.
You did not give me the pilotess takeoff, so that was rude.
We are taking off in 3, 2, 1. We are live.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You gotta get that sultry voice on air. That was like the best part about doing the radio show.
It was the best part of doing that. Well, actually, all of the parts of doing the radio show were the
It was
best
very
parts of
fun,
doing
but
the
I
radio
gotta
show.
say, doing the sultry voice at the end of the night always brought me a lot of joy.
Right, yeah, I miss that.
Those were fun days.
If we only, I was just reminiscing with, I guess I can say Samuel, because if you guys say Sam, you'll know you're talking about the other Sam, unless you suddenly decided to talk in the third person, which, you know,
Yeah.
happens.
Samuel.
So,
The one and only.
I was just reminiscing this with Samuel, about, Samuel, about, how much I missed the radio show, and how much fun it was.
That was always fun.
I'll miss it. If I would have known that was my last show, I would have, I don't know, put more effort into it, I guess.
You know what one of the tricks about reminiscing is to reminisce and not devalue the time you had there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right, let's hear if I'm on.
Do not
there
be
we go.
sad that
We're
it is
live.
over. Let's be glad.
Glad that it happened.
Oh.
Is the full adage. I believe, at least.
Yeah, don't be sad that it's over. Be glad that it happened. That is what I said, is it not?
Well, you kind of pattered off at the last part.
Oh, okay. My mic must not have picked that up because I did state it.
Oh, well.
Technology. It is so very disappointing. It reminds me of myself in the eyes of my parents.
Nice.
Is that appropriate or is that not appropriate?
I was not paying attention. I hope it was appropriate.
It didn't curse. He just talked about depression. Or not depression, but just not being valued.
A very non-positive statement.
Hey, just because it's non-positive doesn't mean it doesn't happen in life. We talk about darker topics with our youth.
No, it was more of a meme.
What?
My parents are coming into terms that this is a different world and they should not be setting unrealistic expectation to their child.
Ooh, that's a fun lesson. Love when parents have to deal with that. I did not put the snake low enough.
You didn't put the snake? What?
I'm currently drawing on a water bottle I was given. And I'm drawing a Medusa.
Cool. You should send pictures so that we can put it on the stream.
I heard snake oil.
Yeah, I heard snake oil too.
Alex is a snake oil salesman.
That's you say.
What kind of snake oil do they sell?
Their theater company.
That is not snake oil. That is entertainment.
No, it's
in a
beautiful.
Very fine form factor.
Yeah, exactly. Sam's right. Wait.
Yeah, but you all weren't at Cactifa. None of you were at Cactifa. You weren't there every 5 feet when someone would come up to Alex and just be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And Alex would be like, "Cool, you want to hear about my theater company?" And it was literally every 5 feet.
Well, that's the thing. You must advertise.
Snake oil.
Appreciate and respect
Snake
his
oil
loyalty
is to
and
say that it's
dedication
not
to the
worth
cause.
anything, and that they're trying to pull a fast one on.
No, it's wonderful. It's amazing. But when we were there, I would stand. I'd be like, "All right, well, are you gonna keep selling snake oil?" And that was the whole weekend because Alex was a huge hit at Cacactiva. Literally 8 girls gave him their Snapchat.
I'm going to be right back.
Nice.
Like Alex could have been rolling in it. But instead came back to our room and played terrible games of Jackbox.
Speaking of Alex, that's who this commission's for. I'm working on, excuse me, I'm working on a commission for a theater company called Beers and Blankets, and this is the progress I have made so far, as well as these sketches for the characters. So the whole concept is that these characters are coming off of their world, off the stage, into our world. So, yeah, thanks for joining us, and I'll keep telling you what I'm doing as I keep working on it. And that is a fact.
And that's that on that.
I like that. That's
Ariana,
that.
what are you doing? Okay. Ariana's down here bothering me. She claims she's not bothering me.
You should tell her that we're live.
Oh, what?
You should tell her that we're live on YouTube. She might be interested in that.
She might be, except it's almost her bedtime.
Oh, don't tell her that. She needs to sleepy.
Yeah, she does. She also needs to memorize her lines.
Her lines?
She's in a theater camp.
Oh, nice. So, like sister, huh?
Listen, I didn't do theater till college. She started way earlier than me.
Oh, so you admit you're a theater kid.
A theater what, huh? I don't even know what the theater is. Just like John Oates and his starring role in Dear Evan Hansen.
You can't mention something that was pre-joked before the stream.
I can and I will.
Especially when someone's not here who you joked with about
Dude,
it.
I can say whatever I want. You didn't put that in the rules. You didn't type out no pre-jokes in post-production.
So you're telling me
either,
to add a new rule.
Yeah, you're gonna have to add the rule to get me to stop, because I'm not gonna.
No, it's kind of funny.
So I gotta tell you about my psychic.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about your psychic. All about your psychic.
Okay, so I have been watching a lot of Crunchyroll recently because I'm watching through Gintama. And one thing that happens is I constantly get this ad for a thing called like the New York or the California Psychic. And it's the same ad over and over. So I'll watch the same ad 3 times in a row where it's just like these girls, this lady who's like, it was the best reading I've ever had. And they say 3 times in a row, they're like, if it's not the best you've ever had, then it's free. If it's not the best you've ever had, then it's free. And the best part about it is that at the very end, when it's like, call for a consultation today, you can look at the disclaimer at the bottom and it just says, for entertainment purposes only.
So is the guarantee fee thing, is that for entertaining purposes only, or is the psychic real?
Gotta be, because they're like, she had and whoever they hired to be the actors for this are ridiculous. because one of the actors in the commercial is just like, she had names, and then she pauses for a minute like she's trying to think of another thing that would make a valid psychic, and then she's like, it was just so authentic.
It makes me think
like they really hammered it home.
So you can just call them, right?
Yeah, you could just call them. Apparently it's like $1 a minute. If you're not completely satisfied, then apparently you get a refund, which I don't think is feasible because there's no way they'd make any kind of money.
Realistically, there's some sort of hoops and loops that you'd have to go through in order to acquire the refund.
Exactly.
By the end of the day, you're better off just not calling them, honestly. There's no such thing as a psychic, and even if there was, there would be no way that they would be sharing it with the world due to the current circumstances.
No, you're no fun.
No, there's totally psychics. They just
it's
aren't
the
as
reality,
powerful
honestly.
as
If you have superpowers, one of 2 things are going to happen. Either you're going to keep it to yourself, you're going to put yourself out there, end up killed or experimented on. Because you don't live in a world where what's his name? Ted, the talking teddy bear, doesn't get taken by the government so they can experiment on him and understand why the heck he's able to talk.
Whoa. You could have chosen any, and I mean anything, to use for that example. Why is it you chose Ted?
Wait, from
Oh,
that movie, Ted? The movie?
because
Yeah.
that's the only
Why did
talking
you
plushie
use
that I
that?
can. Oh well, Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. That's right. But
Or
no, Winnie the Pooh is debatably, Winnie the Pooh is a figment
or
of Christopher Robin's
anything else.
imagination.
Like you could have said a superhero. You could have said Superman. Like that would have been just a common cultural reference. But no, you said Ted.
And then
Well, because I was
afterwards,
thinking more
babe, I
of
love
a
you. I love you so
phenomenon, a
much.
magical phenomenon.
But
Yeah, a magical phenomenon.
And
Like,
psychic powers are, in a sense,
so
a
Ted,
magical
Ted,
phenomenon.
Ted is a psychic. Is that what you're trying to
Well,
tote
no, but
around
Ted is
now?
a literally living plushie.
oh, I can't.
No,
I
I
can't draw a
think
straight
so.
line.
Again, why living plushie? Like we were talking about psychics. You could have talked about a superhero. I could see the line of thought. I thought you were gonna say like Mr. Manhattan or Professor X or something.
Well, their power is godlike.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
literally, you cannot hurt them. They
Okay,
will look at you and laugh so hard galaxies get reshaped from their laughter.
okay. No, that you're thinking. Okay, Miss Professor X cannot do all that.
Or
That would be
Doctor Manhattan,
yeah,
Doctor Manhattan.
but that would be Phoenix or Jane or whatever her name is.
But you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, their
Yeah,
power
no.
is immense.
Yeah, but that
Uh,
you were trying to make an example. We're not trying to argue about the power of psychics. You were trying to make an example about the likelihood of powers existing. You've
yeah.
just derailed the topic.
So yeah, psychics. Let's go back to psychics. You're right.
Okay, all
So
right.
psychics, the reality of them existing is it's nothing's impossible in life. There are some things that are improbable. You know, it's but for a psychic, if I was psychic, if I personally were to be psychic, I would
Okay.
not let a single living soul know. I would use that power for myself and discreetly for the betterment of others. Because
Okay.
as soon as word comes out that I'm genuinely psychic and people test that I am actually psychic, guess what? It's only a matter of time before I get involved with really shady people, and
Okay, but
then morality goes out the window.
this wasn't a discussion about what would Samuel do if he was a psychic. It was a discussion about what in a world constitutes a psychic and do they exist in this world? Because you could argue, yes, they exist, but they're not the ones who are doing their money. But you're instead like, okay, if I, Samuel, were a psychic, these are the paths I would take and what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
So, the original thing from the beginning of this whole thing was, are psychics real?
Potentially.
Okay. That was what Faith and I said!
My apologies. No, it's just I go off tangents really hard, so I
I know.
apologize to everyone.
But
But yeah,
No, it was great.
yeah. There's no way that they would work for these phone calls, and if they were real, they wouldn't be.
Well, okay, I was watching Gintama. Of course it's not real. Are you kidding me?
Gintama.
Yeah, like
Wonderful show.
I'm watching a show about an idiot and they're trying to tote a psychic to me. Like, ain't that just a reality we live in?
guys.
You know the world as we know it. Who's that by?
Mm.
I feel like it's like Jimmy Eat the World. Let me see if I'm right. Google Jimmy
If you get it right, you win.
the end of the world. Ah, boggart. It's by REM.
Oh, I guess you don't win.
I know. I'm a fool. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. A lot of those songs are not good, but they're really applicable for situations.
Oh, dog. Yeah.
Kind of like the one where it's like, our house in the middle of the street. Our
You
house.
mean our house in the middle of our house?
Yeah, exactly. It's not a good song, but boy is it handy.
I look better like that.
I'm not looking. I'm looking at girls in bikinis.
So proud of you, Sam.
Thanks. I was on Twitter. Yeah. Wait, what am I looking at?
Oh, I put it back. Hold on. Oh wait, hold on. Let me put it time. This, like does it look better with the lines there?
I think it looks good. I don't know what I'm supposed to compare
This.
it to. Oh,
The little
I think
lines
it
at the
really
top.
matters that
Yeah.
much,
I
honestly.
think it'd be just more work. Might
Yeah.
as well just keep doing what you're doing, Faith. Stop trying to add detail where it doesn't need to be. You're gonna have to add a whole bunch of more detail later. Just the
Exactly.
lining stage. Nice, baby.
Nothing fine. I
I'm getting a knock at my door. Hello.
knock at your door.
No, wait, the bird's out. Okay, thank you. Maisie's the dog. The bird is the bird. And that
I
could
know,
be
Maisie.
bad. Well, yes, but perhaps viewers of this live stream, that being the viewers of live stream probably later than now, because I do not believe there's anyone watching at this current moment, will not know
Party
who
of One.
Maisie is.
Party of One, which is a song by Carly Rae Jepsen, featured on her album dedicated Side A. In case you were wondering.
Actually, I was wondering. Thank you for sharing.
Well, there you go.
I
If
spent
you
my
need,
whole life wondering what side.
I spent my whole life wondering, and now I'm
Ooh,
fulfilled.
okay. Oh, boy.
If that's what's on side A, then what's on side B?
There is fake Mona Lisa's on side B.
What happened to the real Mona Lisa?
She's at a party. And what else is on side B? Much I listened to it, I would know it off the top of my head.
She is a wonderful artist. I guess you could say
Yeah.
I really, 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 really like her.
I wish I could come through the computer and strangle you.
Do not worry. That wish may not be granted, but a similar one might be, for I will be meeting you shortly, I do believe. 15th, right? August 15th?
I'm trying. It would probably be about when I go to pick up Alex for our, Alex and I are going on a vacation, and so it'll probably be around then when I go to pick up Alex. Whatever that is. Because I work 2 jobs right now like a fool.
One must do what they need to sustain their existence.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm tired all the time. This Love Isn't Crazy is also on dedicated side B.
Speaking of sustaining existence, I want to go pick up the food from downstairs.
Nice. Food time, food time. I want some more girl pop. I feel like the same artists have been releasing the same stuff. I want something new.
Entertain the peeps while I am.
What do you call a pile of cats? Chat? A mountain. I thought you left. Get your food.
That is very punny.
That's okay. I don't need their approval. I can just say things as I so please. And jokes about broken pencils are pointless. Toucans. I'm running out of jokes. What do you Uh, er, if two guys are on the moon and one guy killed the other guy with a rock, would that be messed up or what? That's my joke. I feel like everyone should dress like Sailor Moon. Thanks, Alex. If two guys were on the moon, is it gay or is it double gay?
Depends. Why are they on the moon and what are they doing?
Why are they on the moon? They're being gay. Duh. That was implied. Why else do you go to the moon? Anyway, I'm Rod Sterling. I love the Twilight Zone. That show's whack. There will never be another series quite like the Twilight Zone where... So, I know everyone talks how great Black Mirror is, and I believe it's really great, and I want to watch it one day, but I can't watch it during quarantine because I swore up and down to myself that I would not watch a live-action TV show because I've only watched animated stuff at this point, and I'm very proud of that fact. So, I can't watch anything that's live-action. But I do need to watch the Black Mirror. But my only fear is it's not going to capture that like oddity of Twilight Zone, where instead of being like, what if technology or this is how society or whatever, they're just like, hey, watch this guy go slowly insane because he broke his glasses after the apocalypse. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, they've gotten to the part where, sure, there's an apocalypse, where other shows would focus on like why humans created this apocalypse. What did they do that influenced it? But instead, Twilight Zone went right past the part where they're like, what did the humans do? And got to the end of the world. They're like, watch us like mentally destroy this man who lived through it. And I think that is what really ingrains the whole Twilight Zone spirit of just, yeah, humans could be the parasite, but what can they do to still be human afterwards? There was no morality behind the actions of the Twilight Zone writing. It was solely just, this is going to make you feel really, really bad really, really quickly, and you're going to keep watching. Like, they had a mannequin episode that I think to this day still gives fears to people about mannequins. And they weren't trying to make a message. They weren't trying to, like, showcase anything. Or say how humans were a virus. They're just like, hey, this is gonna really mess you up. It's gonna mess you up for the rest of your life. And that's my take. That's my analysis of the Twilight Zone. I think there's a lot of old shows like that, where if you go back, there's no real, like, moral messages behind it. It's solely just, here's all the stuff that I see in my nightmares, and I've decided to put it out in the world so someone else has to deal with my nightmares.
Oh, what did they come back to?
I was ranting about the Twilight Zone.
Oh, I love
I've heard
the
nothing but
Twilight
wonderful
Zone.
things about that show.
That's because all the wonderful things you're hearing is from me.
Listen, I'm not gonna go into too much detail because it's now on this video, and you could just go back and listen to me rant for like 2 minutes about it.
Yeah, that's true.
But long story short, the appeal of the Twilight Zone is they're not trying to have a moral message. They're just trying to show like the oddities that someone's brain can come up with, and then put it on TV.
That's exactly what I keep saying, and that's why I don't like Black Mirror.
Well, I haven't watched Black Mirror, so I've
seen 2 episodes. One of them was good, the other one was really, really bad.
I can't have an opinion about it because I haven't seen anything yet, but I think one of the biggest problems in modern television is that they try to tack on humans are the virus or technology is that. Like, they're always trying to tack on a moral message to it, which ultimately undermines the horror factor. Or just the pure humanistic disparity, because there's like seeing this man go through the apocalypse, and everyone's died, he's the only man left, he goes through the whole symptom of being like, oh man, everyone's dead and everything, and then watching him realize that he could read for the rest of his life and be happy, and then watching him break his glasses is one of the most chilling experiences of my life, because it's like, how can you make a man more desperate? And they're not trying to have a message or anything. They're just like, hey, let's mess with this guy to the best of our ability, and they did.
And that was a Twilight Zone episode?
Yes.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's like episode 10. I have no idea what number it is. But it's one of those examples where it's like, there's no moral message. Like, he didn't create the apocalypse. They don't go and talk about why the apocalypse happened. It just happened. And then they make this guy's life worse. And it's both despairing and kind of hilarious. And that's the general appeal of the Twilight Zone.
It is a general appeal of the Twilight Zone. I think what was unfair to the Twilight Zone is how Black Mirror was I think also unfair to Black Mirror in a way, because they kept being compared to one another. And what the thing is like, the only thing I feel like they have a similar thing in is that they are non-episodic, meaning that they don't continue from episode to episode. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it right? Serial.
It's not a serial, or it's not. It doesn't have a cohesive story.
Yes, thank you. Those are the words I'm looking for. And that's like the major thing. And the other major thing is that sometimes it's a little bit stranger than reality. Like, it's a fictional story, and it pushes it to its limits. However, Black Mirror always tries to push a message every single episode, and that's why I can't. Actually, I've seen 3 episodes of Black Mirror, but one of them was so unforgettable, I just remembered it just now.
I think just in general, comparing art to each other too much undermines the medium just in general.
Yeah, it is like, that is another good point.
I think it's really hard to continually compare things to each other, because it's unfair.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfair.
Apples and oranges. Each one appeases different. You know, sometimes you're in the mood for an orange, sometimes you're in the mood for an apple. Is one better than the other? No.
But the problem is that if you're continually comparing things to each other, then they will either become each other, or they will try to pull away from it so much that it'll ruin the aspects of it. Because, like, fundamentally, you can't create art without referencing something. It's not possible. And the problem is that people are so afraid of referencing other art that they're going to get claimed for copyright or all of that they're afraid to create. So continually comparing stuff, when you're like, oh, this is just like this, you're ruining what was to the benefit of the creator, because then they're going to spend all their time not trying to be that. I think it's okay to compare things and like make like general references, like, oh, this was influenced by this or this. But if you're like, oh, this is this, then that's where the problem lies. Like, looking at it analytically, it's good to see where things are derived from, but to just basically be like, oh, this is basically this, undercuts so much work that creators put into anything.
I think that's why I don't like being compared to furry artists, or furry art. Furry artists are really talented, but they tend to have, like, a similar style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's why I get so... I don't want to say offended. I don't get offended. Just, like, it's a joke in one sense, and in another sense, it's just, I genuinely don't like being compared to a certain style that is furry art. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So...
Well, I think one of the problems with that too is, like, furry art is really big. Like, it really, really is.
Right. And it's like, I really like the community. Certain aspects of it I don't, but...
I think that's with every community, though.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that comes out of that is that it is one of the biggest communities I can think of off the top of my head where it has a real world negative connotation.
Yeah.
And I think that does it disservice. Like, I will make fun of anyone of my friends who's like, I'm a furry, but honest to God, if they're like, that actually offends me, I'd be like, oh, sorry, I'm not going to do that ever again. because who am I to judge someone for something they find comfort in?
Yeah.
And I think that's one of
This
the
makes me a
fundamental
bully.
things. Yeah, I think that's one of the fundamental things in where the internet has really gone wrong, is that they think that the way they banter with their friends is the way that they can banter with everyone. And that's just not
Yeah.
true.
That is true. True that, true what you said, not true what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you treat your friends is one thing, how you treat complete strangers is a totally different thing. And that's a very American mentality, too, because I've seen Twitter talking about that recently. Where a lot of people are like, because one thing that a lot of people comment on art is like, stop, you're so good, it makes me mad.
Yeah.
And like they'll comment that on like Japanese or Korean artists, and the Korean artists and Japanese people who don't really understand America's like negative positive connotations will be like, why do they hate my stuff? I thought it was good.
Wow. That is awful.
Yeah. The internet is a blessing and a curse in a lot of ways.
It
And it
really,
makes me
it really is.
it genuinely makes me upset sometimes.
What's one of the bigger things that really upsets you?
Well, I think one of the biggest things about the internet that upsets me is how it has shortened my personal like love for things, or not even love for things, but I guess I could say my attention span for media. Like when I was younger, I would get I shouldn't say. I would get obsessed with one particular thing, and that would satiate me for years. Like I was in love with Homestuck for years. I was happy with it. I consumed other media. It was fun. And I would play video games and I would be satisfied just running around in them and doing nothing, not even like going through them. Now I need to consume so much media to feel the same level of excitement that I did when I was a kid.
Wow.
Like I need to burn through shows. I need to watch all kinds of stuff. I need to stay in the know and know what's going on to be like content. But when I was younger, I could just watch like one show and really really like that one show and I would be happy.
Do you think that's also with the case with younger generations that, like, when you were that age, it was, oh, I only have to watch one show, but now that the internet exists, that same age group has to sort of exist in the way you exist now, where it's like I have to consume a lot of media. I mean,
I think absolutely, and I honest to goodness blame YouTube for that.
yeah, I would too. I would too.
Because like YouTube has changed the scope of media. It it has influenced like how ads are delivered, the length of time of certain things, like what can you get away with as a content creator to keep people coming. I mean, what's a good example? Ariana the other day, um, she does like a streamer voice, and it annoys me to death. I cannot stand it. And she thinks it's super cool because all her friends and all her buddies think it's really cool because they all watch the same people. They all watch the same streamers. But like, it's, and I definitely am biased. I'm not much of a video game streamer, especially solo streamers. I think the ones who tell stories and joke around and it feels more genuine are better, but I have bias, and I am acknowledging that. But just like when you get into this like very theatrical streamer voice, I think it's annoying and I don't think it's good. And I know, listen, they're making a livelihood and good for them. If they're not doing anything wrong, then the best of luck to them. I'm just someone who will never make as much money as them and never be as popular as them.
Oh,
But I
geez.
think the medium of people playing video games and being so theatrical with their exclamations and how they go about it has dampened the genuine excitement of just existing in like video games. because like when I was a kid, you could just run around a game and like look at art and look at things and do stuff and all of that. And if you look up streamers, it's like how fast can they get through the game? How many cheat codes can they get? How do they clip through this part of it?
Well, I definitely think that, I mean, one of the things about, like you said, all this different types of media sort of grabbing the attention of people and sort of the clickbait mentality is that they will cater to the audience that they want to have. Slowly but surely, it seems like all of YouTube becomes this sort of like, dare I say it, the same style, right?
Yes.
Oh, did you just find a feather? Is that your feather? He's scratching himself with a feather. It's very cute. What was I
Nice.
saying? It's like they become their own style at a certain point. And
Yeah.
it's like, I think I know what you're saying, but I do think that it also provides the ability to have niches. And I think niches that exist are sometimes really interesting, and they might have not have flourished as much in a different environment that the internet provides. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? I will rectify one thing. One thing that streaming and like video game streaming on YouTube has provided is it has like mitigated the poverty like disparity of content. So there was for a period before streaming got really popular, or there were a lot of streamers where if you didn't have the money to buy a video game, you didn't get to know about it. You got to know about it like through your friends or something, or if you got to borrow it from someone. Streaming allows you to indulge in the content that everyone else is doing without actually like spending the money on it.
See, that's interesting. A good point to make. And I also thought you were going a different direction with that statement, because I thought you were about to say that the content creator has this situation where they no longer have to compete with, say, well, I guess back in the day with early YouTube, this was the case where content made by content creators were, on the same level of, cable TV shows at a certain point. Like, sometimes that's the case. Like, the whole cutting the cable thing is totally true, and people don't really watch a lot of, huge production things anymore. But as we see, YouTube starts to favor those things now more than anything. It's like, now it seems like the people who are independent creators can't get so much of following. But like I said, there's still the niches and stuff. So
Yeah, I think
kind of
just
balances
YouTube.
out.
I think YouTube in general is just getting very power and money hungry, and it's ruining a lot of people's lives.
It really is. Yeah.
I think in general that's a whole side thing that it has to deal with. But I think just in general, it's important that people acknowledge there are things they're not going to like, but just because they don't like something doesn't mean it's wrong. And I think that's one of the bigger points take away from like my point of view of certain like let's play streamers is I might not like certain aspects of it, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna bash on it or any people who like it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like that would be rude of me. Because you could argue that the things I like are not good, and I would tell you 9 times out of 10, listen, you're probably right, or hey, that's your opinion.
Yeah, it's like your philosophy on what makes something artistically profound versus what is entertainment. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
not everything has to be artistically profound. Sometimes something can just be the way it is for. Hey, no, no, get off the cable. It's on the cable that connects the tablet right into the computer. Here, you can play with the cup. You can play with the cup. That's him playing with the cup.
Nice.
Oh, you knocked it over.
What a guy.
Are you proud of yourself? Now he's going inside the cup. Or is thinking about going inside. Oh, no, he just wants to knock it off the table.
He just wants to knock it off the table.
Trying really hard. What if I push it back? Huh? What do you think about that? He just gave me this look of how could you? No, no cable. No cable. No cable. No cable. No cable. Yo, look. You can have cup. Look, you can have cup. He's scared of cup. He's like, I don't like cup. I want cable.
I want cable, no cups.
I want cable, said no millennial ever.
Yeah, well,
The jokes, folks.
I almost got to watch Grease because of cable the other day, and then I
Oh,
didn't.
bro. No.
So okay, so I'll tell you the full story. I was at work the other day, and this dude, like when I go to work, there's no music playing, and you know me, if I have music playing, I can do anything. Like I genuinely live on just listening to music all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like flipping through the TV channels because I got two big TVs in the bar, and I was trying to see if there was like a music channel I could put on. Well, I didn't find one. So I was a little upset about that, but then I saw that MTV was playing well-known and renowned musical Grease. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can put on Grease, I can listen into Grease Lightning and Summer Nights and all those bops. And I put on Grease, and I get through the intro, and I'm having a good time, I'm mixing drinks, I'm bopping to the music and everything, and then this guy comes up, and he's like, hey, can you put on like the hockey game for me
Oof.
so that I can watch it? And I'm like, yeah, I can put on the hockey game for you. Just tell me the number. So I finally flip to the channel, and he's like, oh, okay, I'm going to be right back. And then he leaves. And I can't change it because if he comes back, like, I can't change it. And so I'm stuck there. I'm like, man, I was about to listen to Grease Lightning, and this guy just killed my whole vibe.
Did he ever come back?
No!
Wow. You just got hockeyed.
Yeah, he really, like, he did me dirty. I was so mad.
Did you shower afterwards or no?
Did I what?
No, because he hurt you, and you became filthy. So did you clean up? Did you take a shower?
Yeah, I did. I showered in one of the drink sinks.
Yes.
Perfect.
I just dunked my head in.
Birds love showering in those.
I bet they do.
Are you a bird? Tweet,
Yeah.
tweet.
No, I'm more lizard.
Cold-blooded.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, if you think about it, this is the radio show. This is the radio show right here.
Yeah, exactly. It does feel like it, except I don't have to mess with all of the like audio bits and making us stop to play an ad and everything.
Yeah. Speaking of ads, today we are sponsored by. Just kidding. I wish I was sponsored.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice. I don't even know how that works.
I think they reach out to you.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think they gotta reach out to you. Yeah, if anyone wants to sponsor, like,
yeah,
man.
Oh, yeah.
Join the Rat Pack.
Join the Rat Pack? That we are now.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're the Rat Pack now.
You know what? I like it. Put out
well, if you guys are the Rat Pack, does that mean you eat?
You're part of this too. You're part of this too, bud.
Someone's getting a phone call.
You're the Rat Pack.
You are the Rat Pack. Alright, I need to go back to the lining layer, and I want to line. Thank you for that inspirational music. I will now draw 10 times faster thanks to the inspiration.
No problem. I am always here to provide. I want another cat, but I can't because I've already got cats.
I thought you wanted a bearded dragon.
I do. I'm building its tank. I can't get one yet because I'm in the works of building its tank. Oh my gosh, is this a tattoo artist? She tattoos hot ladies on stuff.
You mean people?
No, hold on. I'll send it to you later. You'll appreciate it.
How do you tattoo on stuff? Like leather and stuff?
Well, I mean, when you're first learning tattoo, you practice on, like, oranges.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how people practice.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, so, you know, the more you know. I only know that because I follow a lot of tattoo artists. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have known that. Copy. Yeah, check this out later when you're not drawing.
Let's
Send
see
it
if I can
directly.
do. I need to figure out what the background situation is here. Because on one hand, you have all these characters here. You just have to ask yourself, can you just do an outline and then will that be fine?
I think you can, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to add texture to it, kind of like this, but in the foreground, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like,
I
think
understand.
past the statue will be less texture. More
Mm.
like, whatever that's supposed to be.
Whatever that is.
We'll figure it out together. We're on a huge adventure.
We're on a journey.
We're on a journey.
We're all in this together.
You know who just told me they don't like High School Musical?
Wait, what?
You know who just told me they don't like High School Musical?
Who?
Sam.
Okay, well, hold on, because High School Musical 2 is a bop.
High School Musical 2 is a bop. No,
'Cause, like,
I'm pretty sure he was speaking about the whole series as a whole, right, babe?
But Sharpay and Ryan are so good.
Yeah.
They're like, I will admit, like, Troy Bolton and Gabriella are, like, basic at best. But
Yeah.
Sharpay and Ryan, and also, Chad? Chad's so hot. He was a crush. He was one of my crushes when I was a kid.
You know what? That's completely fair. He is really hot.
Especially when he was on Jump On and he tied his hair back. Oh,
Yeah.
that was so good. Love me a guy with tied back hair. I'm a simple woman. He's got big fluffy hair and he tied it back. Like, that's all he's got to do.
That's all you gotta do.
That's all you gotta do.
You're attacking the pen I am drawing with. I kind of need this.
Apparently you don't.
He's very... Hey, that's the eraser bit, buddy. He really wants to be entertained, but I will not entertain that entertained thought. Yes.
Take what you want from me, and I bring it with me, and it goes for me. I'm gonna send you a picture of my water bottle at some point.
Sure.
I'm still sketching it, because then I have to go in with a Sharpie and finish it up.
Is it just a plastic water bottle, or is it like a water bottle?
It's like a water bottle. My mom got them cheap at Target, and
and you're decorating them. That's cool.
Yeah, well, because Ariana has one too, and so I have to differentiate ours somehow. So I've decided to draw on mine.
You just went ham.
Yeah, I'm actually going nuts on this. CBH.
Language is such a thing, isn't it?
It really is. I love language. I definitely would have been a linguist in a different life. That or a field ecologist.
Yeah.
That's still, like, kind of on the table. I think about dropping everything and becoming a field ecologist, like, twice a day.
It is something else. Those field ecologists are intense.
Yeah, they are.
And intense. Whoa!
Yeah, that's the hill you're gonna die on tonight.
Yep, that's the best joke I've ever said.
Alright, good. I'm glad we don't have to deal with any more of that since you just did the best.
Oh yeah, I'll just
We don't need any more since you just did the best one, right?
Guess not.
No, I'm kidding. That was a good one. I'll give you that one.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I like to thank the Academy.
Yeah, I would like to thank the Academy and my parents for that one.
Yeah. Well.
But, well,
Yeah.
you know.
The Academy. Am I
Yeah, we'll
right?
thank the Academy.
Oh no, I was gonna say let's not thank the Academy.
Oh, yeah, you know what? They don't deserve it. They
No, thank
keep
my parents, but yo, not the Academy.
they keep nominating, like, terrible, terrible stuff. We don't want them. We don't want them at our party.
They're not. You know what?
The
The
Academy's not
Academy is
invited.
not invited to our party. They've been not inviting so many people of color and women to their
Yeah,
party.
like,
Now we
we're
are
not
inviting them.
we're not inviting them.
They are uninvited. We're gonna have the best party. It's gonna throw the Academy Awards out of the
Yeah.
water.
We're gonna watch Lost Boys 3 times.
We're gonna watch Lost Boys 3 times. And then, to mix it up, we're gonna throw in a Mega Mind or two.
We'll throw in one Megamind to really spice it up.
Yeah, we'll throw in one. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What's
Mega Mind's good, though.
what's another like animated movie that totally got the worst handed to them at the Academy Awards when they totally
Sinbad.
deserved it? Sinbad.
Well, okay, at the Academy Awards, literally anything that's not Disney within the last 5 years. Kubo and the
That's a good
Two
point.
Strings.
What's up?
Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh yeah,
That
they deserved
movie-
it.
That movie slaps. That's
It's a really
such
good
a
movie.
good movie. I cried in the movie theater.
Did Fantastic Mr. Fox get awards?
I think it did, and if it didn't, boy, howdy, they missed out. Because that movie rocked.
That's a great movie. I'm so glad I eventually watched it. You know.
Well, okay, in all
months
fairness,
ago.
like, any Roald Dahl IP really is just good. Like, Roald Dahl is that good of an author. Because, like, okay, so he also did Matilda and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No way, really?
Yeah, that's Roald Dahl.
Yeah, he really is. He really does do good stuff.
Like, he is one of the best children's book authors that has ever
Hey, it's okay.
existed, at least in my mind. I think he also did the BFG.
I haven't seen the movie version of that. Didn't Disney do that?
Yeah, I guess, but I don't think it would ever do it justice like the book is. The book is just really good, and his little illustrations that he adds have such character to
Now,
them.
does he do the illustrations as well?
I think he does, because they're all the same. Like in every book, it's the same style.
That's pretty cool. It's almost like one connected universe or something.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not trying to theorize. I've only seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, and or I guess you could say I've only seen adaptations of his work. So I don't know if his book series are one collective universe.
Oh wait, no, I think he just worked with the same illustrator all the time.
That's cool.
Because I'm looking it up right now. Let's see. I think he just worked with one guy, a lot. Yeah, he just worked with one guy a lot. Who is it? Quentin Blake. Let's check him out.
Isn't it great when writers find artist friends or something like that?
Quentin Blake. Let's see
Even
what
greater
he's
if
done.
the artist friends actually get work done.
Oh my gosh, his style's so good. Yo, when you got some time, you gotta look up Quentin Blake, because he figured it out.
Figured it out?
Yeah, he figured it out, dude.
Art? He just figured it out?
Yeah, he just figured it out.
All of art is figured out now.
Yeah, because Quentin Blake drew some stuff. Here, I'm gonna send you the picture. And you can check it out later, or you can just take a quick sneak peek.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I could show it. If it's
take a quick sneak peek.
Send it in. Oh boy, the memes channel has been. The memes channel has been obliterated with memes. Oh, yeah, he has figured it out.
Right?
That's cute.
Like it has such character.
For people who want to see this is delightful.
It's so good.
It's both has childlike wonder, yet that sense of professionalism that only a cartoonist could really have.
Like he he's kept the wonderment of like how to draw as a child while still making it proportional and like it does exist in a type of stylization that only like an older guy could do.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool.
Quentin Blake figured it out,
Tim
man.
Blake figured it out. Go look up his stuff. Is he still alive?
I'm checking right now. He's probably dead. Let's see. No, wait, he might still be alive.
Yo,
He's 87.
Quentin Blake, we love your work.
Quentin Blake, you're the guy.
The guy.
Yeah, he's on Twitter.
Quentin Blake, you figured it out.
I'm checking
Even
out his
Phoenix
Twitter right
thinks
now.
so. Phoenix, what do you think about Quentin Blake?
Yeah, he's just on
Figured
Twitter.
it out. He's just on Twitter?
Yeah, he's got like a whole Twitter. I mean, I don't think he's the one posting on Twitter. I think he's got a media manager. But yeah, he's on Twitter. You could follow him.
I could follow him?
Yeah, Quentin Blake.
Wow. Really got his stuff figured out.
Yeah, he does.
I gotta get my stuff figured out.
Well, we're all in this together, you know?
Man, why does that sound so familiar?
We're all in this together. Aren't you know? Not this art.
That's a really good, like,
Yeah, I
song
could
you
make a
got
whole
going on
song out of
there.
that.
Yeah, you can make like a whole, like...
A musical.
Yeah, you could like almost make a whole musical out of that.
You could almost... Okay, he's got this one
you shouldn't,
warthog.
but you could.
He's got this one warthog drawing that is on a t-shirt, and I really gotta say, it bobs.
Pops.
It bobs. I'm just gonna throw it your way again. I'm gonna stop looking at his illustrations after this, but you gotta see this warthog drawing.
Okay. Oh! That is a cute guy.
Right? You could
He's
get it on a t-shirt!
He is so charismatic. There we go. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, that's a little dude.
Itty bitty eye just hanging out there.
That's a little dude.
Little dude.
We love it.
We love to see it.
We love people who have figured out their style.
Yeah. We also love people who can change styles easily, you know?
Yes. That is... Okay, anyone working in animation who can draw in a style that's not their own deserves, like, a kiss on the lips. They just do, because I can't even imagine, like, perfecting and mastering your own style and then walking into an animation studio and they're like, neat, can you do this?
Yeah. That
So,
sounds right.
any animators out there who do that, you deserve a kiss on the lips, and you can quote me on that.
You can quote me on that.
Careful, you might attract a couple of talented creepos.
Talented creepos.
That's like half my friend group.
No.
Nah, she's right.
No, I mean the scary kind of you don't want to be
Nah,
friends with.
she's right. We are a bunch of creepos.
Okay, like, you can warn them off as much as you want, but a guy the other day texted me and offered to, like, massage my feet. So I already know what's up.
That's pretty creepy, my guy.
Yeah, well, you know, I've had worse.
Are you good?
I'm fine. He's not bothering me. I'm like, leave me alone, and that was that.
Nice.
I'll fight anyone. Although I do
Quote me on that.
Yeah, sometimes I feel bad because I'm like, what if they're just lonely and don't have friends, and then I get in trouble.
Nah.
Yeah, I know. I'm a fool.
I do that sometimes too.
Yeah.
But nah, you can't let
That's why you gotta have friends to keep you in line and be like, stop that. And you're like, but, and they're like, no. That's what friends are for, because we all know what's good, but we just won't do it for ourselves because we're idiots.
Dang, you're right.
I know the girl code.
You're right.
When you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're left. That's when you use your turning signal.
As someone who doesn't know their right from their lefts.
Okay, I know my rights from my lefts sometimes. The problem was I was in marching band, and it really just screwed me over.
How is that?
So here's what happened. When you do marching band, you always start walking from your left foot. And quite frankly, when you live as a human person, you start walking with your right. You might not realize you do it, but if you start like clocking it, you'll notice that you start walking more with your right foot than your left foot.
That's really interesting.
When you do marching band, you start every time you move with your left foot. And so, because of the forcing myself to switch how I naturally move forward, caused me to like just lose track of which is my left and my right, because I'm used to doing things from a dominant side, and switching that over just literally messed with everything.
Wow.
Granted, before marching band, I was the first time I had actually really learned my rights and my lefts. Was right before. Like, I got a good grasp of it. I've always been a must. But summer of 8th grade, I had it figured out. I was so proud of myself. I'm like, oh man, I've got it all figured out. I know my rights and my lefts. And then I started marching band, and it just went all out the window.
Hey, it took me a while to read, what are those clocks called? What's the technical...
Analog?
Yeah, it took me a while to learn analog.
Lefts and ambidextrous.
What?
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 Babe, what?
Laughs and ambidextrous. You know, I can use both, right?
Oh wow, aren't you cool?
Well, that doesn't tell me nothing. It doesn't mean you know them. If anything, that means
it just means you can write in 2 hands.
Yeah,
Yeehaw, good for you.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you know the difference between
You get to be terrible in 2 hands.
Oof.
We've all been there. We all know what writing, and you're like, oh man, I shouldn't be doing this. My ears hurt.
I like where this is going. But it's
I'm still drawing my Medusa. Hold on. I minimized your thing. Okay, there it is. Oh!
Yeah, it's still going. I did
Heck
this
yeah.
section, and that's about it.
Nice.
I don't know what this little thing here is. This is the Moondrop Diner to here. But I don't know what
That's
this
cute.
thing is. Some sort of
Not mine.
restaurant or something, like a shop maybe. I need a source picture of what shops look like.
I need to remember what a store looks like. I haven't been to one in a while.
Again, yeah.
I'll be back.
Well, you know, in my defense, I haven't.
What, a warthog?
It hasn't. What?
Are we still talking about warthog? What are we talking about?
Oh, the warthog briefly showed on screen.
Oh, okay.
Clicked on the.
I understand.
Yeah.
I completely understand.
This could sound very weird, but thanks to the pandemic,
I don't remember what a shop looks like.
What? Oh no, I was about to say thanks to the pandemic, we have a lot of views of New York City where the streets are completely empty.
Hey.
So I can use them for sources.
Gosh, that's such a mood.
It's such a weird thing to be like, oh yes, this global
Well, shout out to New York for not having people in their streets right now. Thanks, bud.
Actually, shout out to New York for like actually caring about the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, they worked really hard to keep their numbers down, and it could have been a lot worse if they didn't.
Yeah, it really could have been like the real catastrophe. I'm gonna keep it real, and I don't know how non-political or political you want to get, but if 9/11 rolls around and people are like never forget, I think I'm gonna just fight someone.
Oh, why is that, Sam?
Because if people make a big deal about 9/11 in the midst of a pandemic where people are dying way more than in 9/11, then like that's it. That's it. I'm gonna bust something. I'm gonna bust a vein.
Bust a vein. Good choice of words there.
Thank you.
Phoenix. Oh, good bird. No, that's fair. Because you know it's the same kind of. What? Do you want to go to your cage? Is it 10 o'clock? It's almost 10 o'clock. Want to go night night? Thinking about it.
He's thinking.
I'm not trying to say that. How do I say this? I'm just gonna say it seems like the kind of people who are giving a lot of problems right now with not wearing masks and not abiding by social distancing seem to be the same kind of people that would possibly, be the kind of people you were mentioning earlier. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's okay. They're not gonna watch your live stream.
Yeah, they probably won't.
They're too busy doing other things. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna
Too
keep my
busy
I'm gonna
not
keep,
wearing masks and abiding by social distancing.
yeah. I'm gonna keep my bite to myself, but it's there. Um, but I'm so tired of people. The worst thing that people do to me right now is they'll just come up to me and they'll be like, "Well, I'll be like, hey, can you put your mask?" They're like, "Yeah, I mean, we will, but we're kind of over it." I'm like, "That's nice."
We're kind of over it.
Yeah, people say that to me all the time.
What does that even mean? You're over the pandemic? No, it ain't over, Chief.
Yeah, it's not over. Like, you can mentally be over it all you want to pretend, but man, it's like it's on.
You're endangering other people. Like, hypothetically, you most likely probably have it and are spreading it around because you're probably asymptomatic, and now my bird's gonna get upset because I'm upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Phoenix. Wear your mask.
Wear your mask.
Wear your stinking mask. Alright. Time to calm down.
Yeah, Phoenix is like, shut up.
Oh no, I think he totally believes in the whole wearing masks thing.
Well, yeah, but I think he just is tired and doesn't want you to.
Oh, yeah, that too. The actual thing is that he's tired.
Yeah. But, I know 9/11 is going to be like a mental breaking point for me. Because it's going to confirm a lot of things where I'm like, I didn't want that to be confirmed.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Alright, you can tell me later if that makes you feel better.
Yeah, no. We'll just. It's just, the general conundrum of existing during all of this. The conundrum of existing in general.
The conundrum of existing. A poem by humanity. And it's just
a poem by
capital
humanity.
A, capital A, capital A, repeated 10,000 times.
Mood. Speaking of humanity, I gotta work tomorrow.
Oh boy, what time?
8, don't worry about it. At
Okay.
least I think it's 8. Or, I mean 4. I hope it's 4.
Yeah, you said 8 and I was like, that's kind of early, my guy.
Or kind of late. I think I'm only on night shifts right now. I hope that stays that way. I make more tips.
Is it nighttime? Is it nighttime for Phoenix? Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself and stream because
Okay.
it's loud.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll keep meandering of no people. I mean, we've had nights like that at the radio show. I'm used to entertaining myself. So, warthogs, which apparently are a topic for tonight, they can mess you up. Pro tip for all people, don't fight a warthog because it will kill you. And you might think it's a giant pig. First of all, pigs are huge and you shouldn't fight them. They can really mess you up. But secondly, warthogs are vicious. Like, they will tear through you with their tusks. And if you don't believe me, look up the size of a warthog. They are intimidating. I'm in the midst of drawing snakes, so I'm only half paying attention to what's going on. And snakes are really fun to draw, although as easy as they are, they also can be somewhat easy to mess up. because you're like, oh, I know how to draw a snake, and then you're like, wait, do snakes have body parts? Do they exist? They do. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Stream Carly Rae Jepsen. Isn't that where most people, they plug something? I don't have anything to plug. I don't do anything. I make money and then I buy stuff on Kickstarter because I'm insane. And then I don't have any money. I don't know what I have to say to the masses. Eat your vegetables. Work out. Get ripped so you can throw people. Because that's the real goal, is to be able to just chuck people as you desire. At least that's my goal. Oh, steak tongues. Also, if you work a bar, make sure that you get the night shift, because morning shift, you won't make any money. Like, you might make some money, but unless you're working a weekend when people are like heavy drinking, you're not going to make any money on a weekend, on a morning shift. Because no one's going to be drinking at like 11 in the morning, and they're especially not going to be tipping big, because they got to get through the day and get drunk. That's like the real trick, is you got to catch them when they're like tipsy enough that they're feeling generous, and still know where their wallet is. Because if you find them later on, they're not going to be coherent, and they're not going to really tip you unless you get lucky and they misplace some of their, like they end up giving you money that they didn't really probably want to give you. Like one time I was working a show and some guy tipped me like a 20, and he definitely didn't want to tip me a 20. He definitely wanted to tip me like a 5, but he was too schmacked to realize what he had done. So then I got a 20 and it was really nice. I don't have any more jokes, so if that was another thing I had to provide, that's not going to happen. You've got to hold me down. Takes are hard to draw, and then I've got to ink this. Gotta get right back to where we started on. Does anyone know season 2 of The Umbrella Academy is good? I was listening to the soundtrack earlier, and it, like, the sound's good, because Gerard Way is one of the best sound designers I have seen in a long time. I think he really captures the medium of doing sound design, at least in my eyes. I think there are other people who have also done it justice, but I think he kind of figured it out.
You're talking about our warthog guy again?
No, I was talking about Gerard Way.
Nice.
Yeah, because I was listening to the season 2 soundtrack of Umbrella Academy today.
Yeah, the new season came out.
I can't watch it.
You can't watch it?
Well, I made a vow to myself that I wasn't going to watch any live-action television shows during the quarantine.
Oh. I thought there was like another... That's an interesting... what made you do that?
Well, okay, so it started off as a haha joke, like, oh, I haven't watched any live action during the quarantine. And then I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna stick to this. I'm gonna stick to this for no apparent reason other than I'm just gonna do it. So now, any show I watch by myself has only been animated.
Okay.
I've only watched animated things.
So that you can watch more animated things?
Yeah, I guess. It's kind of just like, there was a period, like, early in the quarantine where I just watched a bunch of stuff, and I wasn't even thinking about what I was watching. And then I took tally of what I had been watching. I realized all of it had been animated.
Wow.
So then I was like, you know what? no, I'm going to stick to this. I will not watch anything live action for the rest of quarantine. So I can't watch.
What if that happens for much longer? Because
Well, I guess I'm stuck then.
oh darn, oh darn, it's something you really enjoy, and
Yeah. Oh snap! I guess I'll have to watch animated things for a while longer. Oh boy, I really stuck myself in it this time.
yeah.
But yeah. Nah, but
That's an interesting challenge. That's something I could see myself doing for like a couple of months, just like
yeah, just only animated things.
only animated things. Heck,
Well, like I
sometimes
said, it's
how I
really
exist
easy.
anyhow. Like, not gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, like, when I clocked what I had been watching, I'm like, wow, I've barely watched any live action TV. Like, movies don't count because I watch that with people. But, like, TV, I usually just watch by myself.
Yeah, the most recent things I've been watching are on YouTube, and most of that is animated. Well, I watch all sorts of stuff, but usually like YouTube commentators and stuff, and that's just like a guilty pleasure of mine. But I've recently been like, oh, I'm getting tired of this. Like, sometimes they're just so cynical. I'm just like, I'm getting tired of this. And then I
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna watch animation stuff. And like, it keeps now my recommendations are either YouTube commentators or animations, and the animations are slowly taking over. And by slowly, I mean
Nice.
not very slowly. It's happening at a very rapid pace.
I wish the YouTube algorithm was better.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
do.
I think everyone kind of wishes that. Who's ever even graced the web page that is YouTube.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I go in there every day looking for good stuff. And if you goober it up one day, you've lost it forever.
Yeah, if you watch one strange video, it's like, hey, do you want to see 35 different videos of of something completely different,
Not in your
unrelated?
style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something you did
Like
not want.
my sin is I accidentally watched a TikTok compilation about
Yeah.
what was it? It was like just like Amazon finds by accident too. I wasn't even trying to. And now that's all I get, and I'm like, I don't want this. I really don't. I don't care about Amazon. I've kind of made a vow not to buy from them anymore. So I have no desire. But
It's a strong vow to keep.
I know it is. It every once in a while I do have to break it because, like, genuinely, the concept of Amazon is really good. Like the concept of bringing stuff to people's houses quick and easy is very good. The problem is the execution is terrible, and it's what's ruining a lot of people's lives. So I'm trying really hard to not buy from Amazon.
What's some of the I've kind of been completely unaware of what's been going on.
Well, it's just like Jeff Bezos himself, who is now a trillionaire during a pandemic and won't pay his people living wages.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. Like he hit the trillionaire mark while during the pandemic, and he hasn't been providing living wages for his workers. He actively cuts a lot of the funding of everything. He doesn't invest properly or care about the people who work for him.
Hey man, I watched him on a PewDiePie. Wait, was that Jeff Bezos? No, that was Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a whole nother story.
He sucks too.
Yeah. I watched him on a PewDiePie, like, a video, because I was just like, huh, this is weird, I want to watch this. And he laughed at a dead deer for, like, 3 minutes straight, and I was like, this is weird. Like, it was one thing to be like, oh, well, in context of the meme, it's funny, but he was just like, uh-oh, I think this man might be something else.
No, Elon Musk is crazy too. And
yeah.
He openly admitted to helping the American government commit coups against, like, other foreign entities.
Dang.
Yep. So,
So
But
once the once the eat the rich
yeah, exactly. So my
what's on the
big thing
menu
is
tonight, boys?
yeah, the rich. So I've been trying to limit how much I spend on like uh Amazon and stuff like that, and instead have been trying to find alternatives
Mm-hmm.
to like where I get stuff. And honestly, so one thing that I've also been trying to do is I've been trying to figure out how to operate a little bit more sustainably.
That's good. Yeah.
Because like the thing about sustainability culture is that it is at its core somewhat cultish.
Old-ish?
Yeah, cultish. Because like
Oh.
it it operates under like a good premise. Like you want to live sustainably, you want to protect the environment, but there's this whole culture around it where it's like, oh, you're gonna get these special like silverwares and or that are made of bamboo, and you're gonna get
Oh, I see what
toothbrushes.
you're saying. Like there's like a
Like there's a facade. There's almost like an appearance to it,
how do you
and
say?
that's that's not actually living sustainably. Because if you think about it, the trees that need to be cut down to do that, or the bamboo that needs to be utilized, is being taken from sources that is necessary, and then the gas that is used to mail it to you
Yeah.
also causes carbon emissions, and the cardboard it's a whole cycle. So the trick is to just use what you already have and reuse it as much as you can. So while you might think that buying like a what's a good example? You might think that buying like a special bowl online that has no carbon footprint may be the better option. Truthfully, oftentimes buying like a good ceramic dinner set from like a full dinner set from Target that's going to last you is far better for the environment, because the carbon emissions have been lowered and you have something that will last for a long time.
Mm-hmm. That's like the biggest thing when it comes to consumerism is that it's very costly on the environment, right?
Yes, it's meant to be like that, because in capitalism, in theory, it is meant to make the people who make it wealthy without a care for other things. So yeah, I've been trying to like catalog what I need and where I get things from. Um, but it's also the problem when you start getting into these types of things is like you're also going down the route of like uh, poverty and who can afford what. Because another trend on YouTube that I like, but I'm also very mindful of, is thrifting,
Mm-hmm.
which is very fun. But you get these white YouTube personalities who go to thrift stores, who are well off, that they really don't need to go to thrift stores, and they buy things. They put like one button on it, and then they resell it.
For a lot of
And
money.
yeah, and what that is doing is that one, it's commoditizing thrift stores, which have realistically been for people who can't afford things. It's for low income and poverty people. So now you're taking away one of their sources of clothing, and you're also like limiting, especially like plus sizes and everything. You're limiting what's available to them.
Yeah.
And then as the trends get bigger, then it also like it takes more and more away from them.
To play devil's advocate, though, you have. I mean, that's definitely. I mean, no. Actually, I don't want to play devil's advocate. You're right. It's not
Well,
fun to
because
play devil's advocate any.
well, like at the end of the day, like there's a difference between you and your friends go out thrifting because you're college students and it's fun, and between that and like a big YouTube personality showing her like thrift haul and how she
Oh.
like changes up the style and then resells it.
Yeah, that does sound a little sketchy.
'Cause, like-
I've never come across those, but I could see why they're.
Yeah. And that's kind of like the bottom line of it is like that's not sustainability. Like, and that's another thing they tote is like they're doing sustainability, but that's not. Because if it was truly, if they kept it for themselves, that'd be a different story. Because then they're like, they bought, you know what? They bought clothing, they fixed it up how they wanted it to, and then they kept it. Good for them. That's their clothing, that's their money, they have a right to that. But it's when you start reselling stuff that it becomes a problem.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And they're not just selling it to like their fans and stuff.
Yeah. No. Like they'll open up shops online. Like on like those online thrift stores that you can do, but they'll sell it at like heightened prices. I think it's important to know the difference between like you have a right to do certain things and also you have a moral obligation as a person who is somewhat wealthy to understand the impact you have.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I never even thought of that. See, I wonder in that case if they understand what they're doing, but
I don't think so, and that's the biggest problem with a lot of fads and like fads and things that happen is like when people start it, they don't realize the impact they're gonna have, and then it spirals out of control. So like the lady who started the gender reveal, she regrets it. She openly admitted, she's like, I regret ever doing this in the first place because it's not good. I regret that it blew up because it represents something I don't believe in. And I think it's more detrimental than good. And she's right. And so when a lot of these personalities start off doing something small, and they're like, haha, I'm doing a thrift haul and I fixed it up, that then spirals into countless people doing the same thing and then like monetizing it.
yeah, because I never thought that it was a bad thing, but yeah, I mean, you're showing me a whole nother perspective of it.
It's anything can be bad. It literally is just like you have to be aware of what you are doing, and so it's kind of like the same argument with media consumption, because like you can these two sentences can exist in the same capacity. Like, I like Harry Potter, and also J.K. Rowling is a TERF, and it shows. Those two things can and should exist. Like, you can like Harry Potter and what it brought you and the world it existed and what it brought and like why you liked it in the first place. But you also have to then take the time to realize that because of what she believes in, her anti-Semitism, her transphobia, it shines through in her work sometimes. And you just have to be critical and aware of that. And I think that's one of the big things is like
everyone has these I guess in more academics, they have these arguments of art versus artists. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you can have both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can have both, and you just have to understand and respect why both why both needs to be taken accounted for. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Check what layer. Okay, this layer needs to be done yet. And I think the lining for the background is like getting there. Like, it's almost done.
Let me see. Woo!
Thanks. I keep hopping around. Like, this area right here is done. But I keep hopping around. Like, I was doing some of this, and so I don't know how I feel about this tile. I think I might just erase it because I think this might be grass. This is like a sunshine emblem for Mr. Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
As you know. So I think.
Well, I mean, how much is actually going to be shown once you draw the people?
Exactly.
I'm getting there with my thermos. I'm definitely gonna have to work on this tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Snake, snake, snake,
That's a
snake,
good
snake.
point. I should just make sure what parts are being covered and not cover certain parts. Yeah, definitely getting rid of the tiles though, because that's just too much.
Cause you're out of touch. You're out of touch. Out of
But why
my
is it a
head,
Thursday?
out of rhyme. You're out of touch. Someone on Tumblr posted one time, they're like, Happy Out of Touch Thursday.
Oh.
And they put that video with it. And if you look at the comments, it says, like, Happy Out of Touch Thursday.
All it takes is one person to be like, this is kind of funny, and then everyone's like, this is really funny.
Yeah, like Energy Sword Saturday.
Who?
Alright, I'm just gonna... Don't worry about it.
Like,
Don't
I'm
worry
just
your
gonna
pretty...
check myself out.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it.
I'm like, she called me pretty, it's alright. Like,
me? Pretty?
no, it's more... it's more like... whatever I don't want to know about this thing, it's fine because she called me pretty.
Yep. Oh, by the way, my parents said that they missed you.
Aww, I miss them too. That was
And
one
they
of the
wanted
things
to
when I
say-
got back from the location in which you were at. I was like, oh man, I missed that, and I did.
But they wanted
my
me to say
lunchbox
hi.
there, did I?
You did.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
in my freezer.
Yeah, you can have whatever's in there.
Okay.
It's all vegetarian stuff, so I just go nuts. Like, by the time you come back it'll just all go bad, so.
Okay, I'll see what's in it.
Yeah, just, if you cook them, you can cook them pretty good, but, like, don't cook them like meat, because then you'll be disappointed.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, good. Like,
I
there are
have
specific...
enough vegetarian friends that I'm sure I'll figure it out somehow.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Some
I was
way,
like, wait
somehow.
a minute. Yeah, I forgot that, because I was like, when I was at your house, I was like, let's just do a scribble for this. Like, words or something.
Words. I keep smudging my pencil, so I've had to shift gears.
That's every digital artist ever. I kept smudging my pencils, so I decided to just go completely pencilless. Invest in a very expensive piece of technology. Actually, they've been more affordable as of late. When I first got into the game, they were always very expensive, but there's a few companies out there that make it way more affordable. But I'm not sponsored, so.
Yeah, I'm not sponsored, so you don't get named.
I don't get named. You don't get named until you sponsor me.
Until you sponsor me. So, you know what? Heads up, boys. Sponsor.
Sponsor me.
Sponsor me, please. Oh Lord! The only man, the only person who gets sponsored today is whatever his name is.
Okay.
Warthog Man.
Warthog Man.
He's the only sponsor we have.
Yeah, I forget what his name is. The artist
wait.
that we went off on for like a good 10 minutes.
Quentin Blake.
Quentin Blake. Quentin's a cool name.
Quentin's our only sponsor. Quentin, he doesn't even sponsor
Quentin Blake, if you're listening to this, we love your work.
Please
you are
sponsor.
a huge influence on most people's childhoods.
Please sponsor.
Please sponsor us.
And please sponsor us. Please and thank you.
Yeah.
We're starving artists.
We are starving artists, and that's what we do.
And that's what we do. Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
I wonder if I actually have a Sharpie laying around, because I don't think I do. I need one for this.
Quentin Blake, can you sponsor us a Sharpie, please?
Yeah, can you please just sponsor us one Sharpie, if you could provide? Please and thank you.
Just one Sharpie. For us. our company, the Starving Artist.
For us. Thank you.
LLC. Just kidding, we don't have that.
We do not have that. We are definitely not that rich.
What is an LLC? Does anyone ever really know?
League of Linoleum Cat Scratch. I'm looking it up.
Oh, okay.
Limited liability company.
So that told me nothing.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes in life it tells you nothing.
Okay.
And that's what you have to live with.
Yeah, that is what life does.
Tumble to the ground and then you say, I think we're alone now.
Oh, so you're not gonna tell me?
That's what it is, a limited liability company.
So... Uh-huh.
That's all you get. And I won't say another word on that matter.
Okay. I mean, it's not really an interesting topic, so I'm good with just dropping it.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't think people come to an art podcast asking for what LLCs are.
For a limited liability company.
Yeah. You're in the wrong place, bud.
Well, you know what? Who knows? Because remember, everyone learned what an agate was because of Phineas and Ferb.
You know what? You're right.
I bet they didn't wake up that day and be like, you know what? I'm going to learn about an agate today.
I thought it was an aglet.
It is an aglet. I'm a fool.
Seems like you didn't listen to the song.
I apparently didn't. Not hard enough, at least.
Not hard enough.
I didn't.
Parts when they spelled it out.
I didn't listen to the tune as hard as I should have.
Oh man, I wish I could learn things if I just listened to them hard enough. Like physically, just like was like, yes, if I listen to this hard enough, I will learn.
Well, that's actually what being in a classroom is like. If you didn't know,
that is what it feels like.
In case you weren't aware what a classroom felt like, I thought I'd regale you. I'm still in the midst of drawing snakes.
Is it snakes with a bottle?
I'm drawing a Medusa.
Oh, you said that multiple times. And I did not listen.
Yeah, because you didn't listen hard enough, and you didn't learn.
I didn't listen hard enough. Excuse me. Yeah, the right side's pretty much done. Like, oh wait, I hate that window. We're getting rid of this window. I don't like that.
Let me see.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Damn.
Hello.
Damn.
Welcome back.
Hello. Thank you.
Damn,
Welcome back to the party.
Well.
Wait, did the stream stop?
No, we're still on.
We're still going. I hope so.
Nice.
So we've been talking for a pretty long while.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, about 2 hours.
Ooh, nice.
No, an hour and something.
I might have to go soon just because it's almost Gintama time for Sam.
Yeah, that's fair.
Gin? Nice. I could use some.
I only get one pleasure in this world, and it's my time late at night where I watch Gintama.
Why do you pronounce it like that? Is that an inside joke in the show? I'm only like 90 episodes in.
No.
62 episodes in.
I just don't know how to pronounce English phrases. Or non-English phrases. My mom's fluent in Spanish, and growing up, she would always speak Spanish to me, and so sometimes I have a rudimentary grasp on the English and other language.
Would you like to learn how to pronunciate the name properly?
No. I'm also stubborn. I feel like I should have.
These are the aspects of Samantha.
Yeah. I have a rudimentary grasp on the English language, and I'm stubborn as hell.
Hey, you know what they say about stubborn people?
And
their head is like a
an
hammer,
English
but their neck is like the stick. Eventually, it'll break.
What?
Yeah, anyways, I also have a hard head.
You know what they say about stubborn people? Their head is as hard as a hammer, but their neck is like the stick. Eventually, it'll break.
That's not true. I've fallen off a mountain, and I'm still kicking.
Were you kicking while you were falling?
The word that I used is eventually.
Yeah, we all die eventually. Big whoop.
Speak for yourself, you mortal peasant.
I'm not special for dying. You can do that on like a Tuesday.
What
you
is
could do that
this?
10 seconds from now.
Yeah, I could.
Is this supposed to be a mortal joke that I, a mortal person, don't understand?
Is this a mortal joke?
What What is
this
this
death?
death you speak of?
Okay, but I did meet Death. She was cool.
Yeah, you did meet death. Samuel speaks to death.
Nice. Is she like an older lady in a suit?
Realistically, death takes on the most comfortable persona that is towards you.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I've seen multiple variations of death.
Okay, that sounds about right. I saw her in a dream. She put a gun up to my head.
Do you want to
She was
tell
cool.
everyone about the dream?
I
Real
can.
life death in real life was more polite. Dream death was really mean.
No, she wasn't mean. She was very nice about it.
No. To me, I had a very very interesting dream where death was. I mean, maybe it's just my mind messing with me, but basically, death was uh, an old historic, like basically a doctor was an old man and who was laughing historically, telling me that my time has come.
Oh, okay.
Historically.
Yeah, it was more of a troll. Again, it could be my brain just messing with me.
It could be a troll death, you know how they
Yeah.
do.
For the lulz.
But yeah,
I could
death was very very interesting.
I could tell mine. Should I, Faith?
Oh, you should totally tell it. It was very interesting. Scared the
Okay.
heck out of me though.
Yeah, it did. I think it scared Onyx more though.
Yeah.
Um, so I had this dream, like, what was it? It had to be like a month ago or something at this point. Where I was hanging out with Alex, my partner, and we were hanging out with my dad in my dad's garage, and then like we went out and I saw a younger me. I saw like little Sam, and I saw situations where she would try very hard to get attention without like asking for it. Like she would purposely fall and like look around to see if anyone would notice, or she would just continually put herself in situations where like she was reaching out for some form of attention. And I felt really bad for her, so I invited her to come hang out with us, and we were hanging out for a bit, and we went back to my father's garage, and we were sitting there, and then this woman who's like an older woman, great hair that was kind of slicked back, in a very nice dark business suit, came up, and she looked at all of us, and she said, one of you has to go. And she looked at little Sam first, and I stood in front. I was like, no, I'll go. And she kind of she like nodded and she accepted that, and we started walking together, and she put me in front of her. But I was talking to her as we were walking, and when we talked, she was very formal but kind of nice about it. So like she's like, where do you think I'm from? And I'm like, oh, you must be from Blue Mountain. And she kind of laughed at that. She thought it was very hilarious. And then she sat me down, and we were in my backyard. And I was sitting on one of the lawn chairs, and she was sitting behind me, and she very calmly was like, I really hate to do this, but you know it has to be, it's procedure. And I agreed, and I understood. And she showed me this very ornate gun. It was older. It had kind of like the bent hook that older guns have, and it had this brass color with a little bit of green from age. And she showed it to me. She opened it up and showed me that there were 5 bullets in it. And she moved it so that I saw that the bullet would be next. Like one of the bullets was going to be next. And she closed the barrel and she put it up to the back of my neck, and she repeated, she's like, I'm really sorry, I have to do this. And then she clicked the gun, and I felt the bullet on the back of my neck, but it didn't go through. Like it was a dud or something went wrong. And she laughed at that. She's like, well, that usually doesn't happen. And so she discarded the bullet and she opened the gun again. And I didn't see this time, she didn't show me the barrel. And she closed it and then put it up to my head. And then I woke up. And that was death.
Honestly, sounds more beautiful, majestic than terrifying or anything.
No, she wasn't terrifying. She was very nice. I wasn't scared of her, and it wasn't bad.
It was definitely bizarre. Definitely more bizarre than anything. It's a very, what's the word? I don't want to say gimmicky. I don't want to say. It's just for you to have to go through all of that
Yeah.
just to die. I just think it's weird.
Well, I think it's because there were two of me. Like there were two that shouldn't have existed. I think there was some kind of paradox going on.
Do you think maybe there's a deeper meaning behind it? Perhaps maybe you
No,
have
I mean like
sacrificed your future to sustain your past
no,
self.
I don't even think it's a deeper meaning. I think in the realm of the way Death presented herself at that point was just like in that dream there were two of me and there two can't exist. I don't know if there is a deeper meaning. I don't think I care if there's a deeper meaning because I don't want to psychoanalyze myself. But I think just in that perspective, like there were two of me and two of me couldn't exist.
I think it's beautiful. I do.
For what? Oh well. But yeah, that was Death. She was cool. Faith, did you die? Okay. Faith's gone. Probably went to pee or something. Oh, is this the dark? Okay.
Wait, what is it? What was your question?
I'm still in the midst of drawing snakes, and I was trying to figure out where I was.
Yeah.
Because I gotta get my Medusa down. Because I want to have this bottle done at some point tomorrow. I don't know. That's one of the more tamer dreams I've had. I've had prophetic dreams, but they're really stupid prophetic dreams. I don't know anything other than like I knew Ready Player One was gonna suck. Like I had a prophetic.
I mean, any live action movie that involves video games is gonna suck.
Yeah, but like the dream really solidified the special way it was gonna suck because I didn't know anything about Ready Player One at all. But I had a dream where I was sitting with this girl and this guy was going on and on about how great Ready Player One was, and the girl turned to me and then just shook her head, and then I woke up.
That's
There she
hilarious. That's really funny.
And that's how I knew. That's how I knew that Ready Player One was gonna suck in a very special way. And you know what? I was right.
Dang, where did I put my art pen? Yeah.
Just a spook, yeah.
I had to let my parents in. Lock them out.
See, I'd share stories, but due to past experiences, a lot of the times when I try to share a story, it turns into, oh, you're just trying to one plus me. So I kind of just smile and listen.
I mean, you can tell stories.
No, like dreams and stuff.
I mean, go ahead. Listen, I have not dreamed in years, so I love hearing about dreams. I only have a dream like once a month, maybe.
Lucid dreams. Have you heard about them? You know what they are?
Yeah, I know vaguely about them.
Well, basically what a lucid dream is, it's when you become aware that you're dreaming, and you immediately take control of the dream.
Yes.
And one of my favorite lucid... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say one of my favorite lucid dreams to have is a nightmare. I love having nightmares nowadays for the main reason of the dreaming. When I was younger, especially after coming to the state, I used to have a lot of nightmares because, long story short, I had a rough past. But now, thanks to lucid dreaming, I always look forward to nightmares because it is such a beautiful feeling to turn the tables. My most favorite and memorable nightmare I've ever had was I was in this abandoned building. I could have sworn it was almost like an underground bunker. I wasn't entirely sure, but long story short, there was this alien, this monstrosity chasing me. It managed to destroy my right arm, and I was limping, so it must have hurt my leg too. Or I must have hurt myself running away. Anyway, I was in fear. I was running for my life, trying to just hide somewhere. Eventually, there's a dead end, and there's nothing but a table between us. So this thing, it grabs the table, slams it into the wall next to us. And that's when it happened. That's when I realized I was dreaming. So I go from cowering in fear against the wall, holding my broken arm, to having such a maniacal, sadistic, chaotic smile on my face. I let go of my broken arm and I proceed to flex it as if nothing even happened to it and just smash that monster's face in. You know how in cartoons, when you get hit so hard, you leave silhouettes of yourself through buildings?
Yes.
That's exactly what happened to the monster. It was beautiful. It was.
Nice.
I felt so alive. And one of the things about lucid dreaming is you don't ever want to get too excited because that wakes you up.
Mm-hmm.
That makes you lose the dream. And sadly, that made me so happy. I got so excited. I'm like, yeah, eat it. And then I tried to chase after it, but I woke up and I'm like, no.
Yeah, I don't.
Go.
Yeah, I don't dream anymore, so I rarely get stuff like that anymore. Like, I don't think I've ever lucid dreamed once in my life.
I used to be really good at it as a kid. It's like my
Cool.
one escape from the world was lucid
Yeah.
dreaming.
I don't dream at all. I just, like, I sleep like the dead, and then I wake up.
Oh.
And that's, like, my whole thing.
Oh, Supreme Triple Chunk Brownie Mix.
Are you out
Yeah.
shopping?
Oh, my mouth did a thing just reading that.
Are you shopping again?
Yes.
You're always grocery shopping. You poor sap.
Poor sap.
Well, I'm unemployed. It keeps me busy, babe. Keeps me busy. Somebody that... Ah, shoot, these radio songs.
They always get you, huh, babe?
Yeah.
That's because
I see sugar-free brownie mix and I laugh. Because the beautiful thing about desserts is they're made with sugar. Why? Why are you trying to make sugar-free sweetness? Why must you lie and deceive yourself?
You gotta get out.
you gotta get out, bud.
We're gonna come get you.
No, then I'll just become aware that this is all a dream. I'll beat them all up.
I'm gonna go look for a Sharpie real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm still looking for my art pen, but I don't want to leave this conversation just yet to find it. Because I don't think...
Should I go for a salted caramel brownie mix?
Alright, I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
I love
Or
that she
what should
muted
I do?
herself when she left. Which she did not do, so I'm gonna mute her for us. There. Oh wait, how am I gonna know she's back? Oh, she'll unmute herself. She'll figure it out.
Yeah. Let's
So
go
what
with
were you
this.
saying? Salted caramel?
Nah, I just chose Supreme Chocolate Chunk.
Yeah.
Brownie mix.
It really
Yeah, my
depends what
sister
kind of
loves
mood
these.
you're going for. Hey, I literally just
well,
walked
I mean-
upstairs with a brownie in my mouth because my brother made brownies last night. Oh, you already knew that because I ate too many last night.
Yes.
Yeah. That was a triple chocolate chunk for sure because they had a lot of chocolate chunks in it.
I mean, the only reason why I'm getting brownies is because I love sharing. Sharing is
Oh,
caring.
sharing is caring. Yeah.
Are Sharons as mean as Karen?
Are Sharons as mean as Karens? I don't know a single
Thank
Sharon.
you, boss. I appreciate that.
Alright, I wish I had my pen.
And then my
on.
friend comes with a bigger cart than you.
Are you comparing cart sizes now?
I only have two, or I only have
Tisk
one now.
tisk.
No, I was just making a joke because the guy behind me was being nice. He let me go in front of him. So I made the joke that someone comes in with a bigger cart and they're my friend and they're with me. Because that happens a lot.
Oh, that is funny. That is really funny.
Yeah, that'd be really mean. Taking advantage of someone's kindness like that.
But gosh, it's a good joke though.
Thank you.
I wonder if Sam's back.
Oh, I should mute myself so that all that beeping doesn't.
Yeah,
Get
it's
registered.
okay. It's kind of comedic in a way. And then there was me. Well, I can't really draw right now because I can't find my art pen. I'm pretty sure I left it downstairs. Try to let my parents in. What we got so far. As you can see, I kind of did this kind of backwards, because not the actual painting backwards, but I did this kind of, how do you say, process backwards, because I started kind of with the colors. I was trying to figure out the shape of things, and then I outlined it, and then I'm going back to color it again. As you can see, like the floor, like look at that wood. Look at that wood. It looks so nice. I'm so proud of it. Especially like the stain. I don't know. It looks really realistic. I'm really proud of it. That's the kind of level of detail I want with all the things, especially the characters. I wanted to look something like thickly lined characters with really nice colors on them. No, this is hand painted. So, well, hand painted. It's digitally hand painted. So I didn't come in here with like a cropped wood picture and just drew over it. Although I'll admit it kind of looks like that. I know what it is deep down, and when it gets if it gets printed, which it inevitably will, it will look like that. Like, yeah, let's actually. I'm curious. What is the actual pixel size of this? There's a way to image size. Oh, here we go. You have to drag this over. So, yeah, it's pretty large. Fit to. Cool. Very nice to print. Here's the thing about digital art, and you can always resize it to be smaller. You can't resize it to be bigger, so without it like getting all pixely. So it's very important that when you first make a document, that you make it the size you want it to be. But you probably already knew that, so yeah. Let's see if Sam. Oh. I wonder if she ever found a Sharpie.
I did.
Nice. Good.
I just found it, so I'm probably going to stay on a bit longer because now I'm kind of dedicated to my art.
Speaking of which, would you mind just entertaining YouTube, entertaining the stream for just a little bit? I misplaced my art pen and I can't quite do anything without it. Thank you.
So, you entertain them?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. Somewhat.
Just, you know. Like, Samuel, like, you said you lucid dream a lot. Like, what's your favorite thing to do while lucid dreaming? I kind of already know the answer.
Flying.
Yeah.
Flying. I don't even need to think about it. Flying.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful, wonderful feeling to just be light. To just float. Not a care in the world. You're just floating.
See, that's one of the most interesting things, like, that I find to be not a dichotomy, but almost an issue in my life, is I like to consider myself a creative person, but when it comes to stuff like that, I don't think I'm very imaginative.
Here's the thing. There's too many things that affect whether you lucid dream or not.
Mm-hmm.
The most major things is a tough life. Now, it can be a double-edged sword, where a difficult life can actually inspire lucid dreaming, but more often than not, a difficult life can affect lucid dreaming negatively. Drinking a lot of alcohol affects lucid dreaming negatively. Certain types of medications affect lucid dreaming negatively. Caffeine, having a lot of caffeine in your diet affects lucid dreaming negatively. Junk food affects your lucid dreaming, like greasy foods, unhealthy foods. There's a special diet that boosts and enhances lucid dreams. And also, if you're a creative person, artists, especially artists, they tend to be better lucid dreamers than most. It's just there's a list that you have to go through in
Well,
order to
see,
lucid dream,
the
let
thing
alone
is,
dream.
yeah, the biggest problem for me is that I don't think I want a lucid dream.
And that's okay.
I really,
That's fine.
well, because I should be in therapy, but I'm not. And I feel like one of my coping mechanisms is just maintaining busyness. And sleeping like the dead allows me to not confront a lot of things. If that were to make sense.
I'm not going to tell you what to do. This is your life. You live it how you want. Obviously, you recognize your own self. You recognize your life. So I'm in no position to tell you anything. So I hope, the best that I can say is I hope that you do find answers. I hope that you do find hope. I hope that you experience such joy that is lucid dreaming. At least once. At least. It's a very unforgettable
Probably,
thing.
yeah, probably when I'm older. The first thing you said, I'm not going to try to make a bold claim here that I had a tough life, but there are like 2 or 3 things that I definitely don't want to confront.
May I say something real quick, just real quick?
Yes.
Okay, so a lot of people think that their life isn't tough, when in reality, I like to use the puppy metaphor. So there's 2 inches of mud, and then you have a 3-inch puppy. If a 3-inch puppy goes through 2 inches of mud, what's going to happen to the little puppy?
Oh, that boy's going down.
Yes, 2/3 of their body is soaked in mud. But then you have the majestic Alaskan wolf. Those things are ginormous. They walk through 2 inches of mud. What's going to happen to them?
They're going to get a little bit dirty.
They're not even going to notice 2 inches of mud.
Nope.
They're huge. They're so used to the snow that it's nothing to them. And a lot of people, they're little puppies, and they look at the wolves and how it's nothing to them, and they're like, I'm weak. They're able to take the 2 inches of mud like it's nothing, and I'm over here crying. And it's like, no, why are you hard on yourself? You are capable of so much, and you're putting more weight on you. What I'm trying to say is a lot of people fail to recognize that they're too harsh on themselves, that they expect more out of what they can do. You know, it's okay that you can't bench press 500 pounds. You're only a 150-pound person who just started working out. Why are you so hard on yourself? It's okay. You'll get there one day. Why? You're just a puppy. And that's the end of my rant.
No, that's fair. The biggest problem with me is that a lot of what's happened to me has been very close to my heart. Like, it's what has hit me the hardest is stuff that has affected like my love life and things like that, which is a hard hole to get out of sometimes. Cause like, let me tell you, early teen drama really hits different when your heart gets involved.
Trust me, I understand. I'm not gonna say that I know what you've gone through, but what I can say is I can relate and I understand.
It's all just fun and weird. My first 2 years of college were not spent in the best ways. Because I wasn't at Albright, and I didn't even know any of these people I know now. But I led a very different life my first 2 years of college. I think everyone's got to do that, though. Live different lives and experience different things. Or else you don't really exist. I don't know. There can't be good or perfection without issues and conundrums. In a sense, I don't know if that's more in theory than in practice, but who's to say? This Medusa's turning out pretty good, though.
So I found the art pen. It's downstairs
Nice.
next to the brownies.
Nice.
Also, I got another brownie.
we
Hope my stomach doesn't get upset again.
were
Being that
talking.
good.
We were talking about how one lucid dreams, and then trauma. Well, only a little bit.
Only a
Not
little-
really.
Just a little taste of trauma.
Nothing. No secrets were revealed. Just like vague stuff.
Yes.
Well, we might call it soon. I think maybe 11's a good time to stop.
Okay. I'm sitting
Round it
here
out.
doing Medusa stuff, so I'm chilling for now.
Well, thank you guys for joining me for this stream. I
Aw.
really appreciate
Having
it.
me.
My pleasure. Our pleasure.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh yeah,
This
no
is one
worries.
of the. I was surprised I could just on a whim accept it, because
Yeah, I do
Usually
these
I'm
things on
not-
a whims. You know.
usually I'm not available.
No, that's completely fair. Like, I don't expect a lot of people to join these, except for people that, like, you know. How do I put this? You know, weren't doing anything else, but, like, you know.
I like your little. I don't want to say nothing, but
Yeah.
this part's
Yeah,
hard.
yeah. Need a picture. I forget what things look like. Just in
You be
general.
doing art, and you're like, I know what a bird looks like, and then 3 minutes later, you're looking up what a bird looks like.
Yeah, it's true. That's the art way. Oh, we should do little things like this.
Ariana's gonna be
There you
so jealous of this water bottle when I'm done. She's gonna be like, Dee Dee, I want it. And I'm gonna have to fight her for my own water bottle.
You could just make her one.
Oh my gosh, this was already so much work.
And art is work or something like that.
Art is work or something. Why do you think I stick to writing? Which I still have to do my stuff.
What are you currently
Sorry about
working
that.
on?
I need to do our things.
I was hoping you would say that.
Because that's on my to-do list.
I was hoping you were gonna say our things.
Listen, once September hits, I have time again. And that's going to be the deciding factor.
That is gonna be a big deciding factor. Because I
Once
kind of
September
applied
hits-
for a job.
Once September hits, I have days off.
We'll see if that job goes through.
Yeah, I
And I'll be
understand.
also working the mailroom and possibly also 2 classes. But one of the classes is graphic
Oh.
novels, so I could totally get away with
Yeah,
working
you
with
just
you.
yeah. That's not a big
I don't know.
thing.
I
And
really want this to happen, so
like I told you, I have to finish writing it first, which is on me.
well, yeah, but you know, it's a together thing.
It is. And I want to work with you and I want to talk with you, but it really, like, I shouldn't expect you to do too much until I've actually finished the story.
Well, yeah, but I haven't practiced. Like that one drawing of Giselle was as close as I got to style practice, and
Oh, but it was so good.
thank you.
It was so good. I really think you hit it out of the ballpark with that one.
Did I figure it out?
I think you figured it out.
Oh man, that means a lot. I think
I
we
really-
all came full circle. I won't show the stream what that is though because it's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
Just have to wait and see. Follow me on Instagram and all the other things.
Giselle was so easy to plan for. Liam, on the other hand, he still hasn't told me his music taste. Like a jerk. I've been trying so hard to talk to him, and he just won't talk to me.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Liam Neeson?
Yeah, him. I've been talking to him on Twitter, and I've been really trying to hit him up.
He won't tell.
He won't tell me anything. He's keeping his mouth shut, and it's getting really, really difficult.
Liam Neeson, if you're listening to this, tell her your secrets. Tell her everything.
Please, I'm really trying here, man.
Quentin,
and he just won't.
Our man Quentin. Quentin, I don't need to know your last name because your first name's that amazing. You sponsored us with a Sharpie. You got Sam a Sharpie.
You got me a Sharpie.
Can you
so this
convince
one's out to you.
Liam Neeson to
please give me his secrets.
Yeah. Did I spell Diner right? It's one N, right?
Yes.
Diner.
Yes. You're good.
Bingo, bingo. What's his name? Mo.
Thank you. We really needed that. Some days I go without hearing the bingo jingle. And
the bingo jingle.
And I get really sad because I'm like, there's something missing in my life and I don't know what it is, and it's that. It's the bingo jingle. It's very hard not to say, like, yeah. I want to just copy this lamppost and paste it over there.
Then do it, bro.
That's wow.
Ain't no one gonna know.
Exactly what I'm doing. That's what I did with these two in the front.
Hell yeah.
Exactly what I'm gonna do again.
Am I allowed to say hell on the stream?
Yeah, they say it in the Bible or something.
Nice.
Hell is a location, not a curse word. Anyone who tells you otherwise belongs there. I mean, it's very silly.
Mood.
How do I edit? And then we go to transform. I always get this wrong, so we're gonna figure out if I get it right. Horizontal. Yeah, we got it right. That's
I'm so proud of you.
I always get it wrong. I am evolving. What Pokemon type am I?
That's like me trying to learn Procreate.
You got this.
I learned how to use what was it? This symmetry tool. So if you draw on one side, it shows up on the other.
Ooh.
I learned how to do that.
Photoshop literally just added that.
That's kind of
recent. It's really sad. Yeah, because it's like
industry standard, bro.
Yeah, industry standard. Don't even get me started.
No, I understand that. There's a lot of stuff that's like, maybe you should just use other stuff. I will say though, in terms of industry standard stuff, is it in? No. What's the other Photoshop? Or not? What's the other, yeah, Illustrator's really good. I've used it once or twice and I did like it. And I gotta say, Final Cut Pro being industry standard is correct. I don't want to admit it because I really don't want to like Apple products, but I will admit that they went kind of off with Final Cut Pro.
Oh, I didn't realize it was specifically that. Makes sense though. Yeah, it's all coming together now. Now I'm going to copy this lamppost and I'm going to shrink it down. I'm going to put it in the background. This is art, guys. This is what we can do.
These are the big brain plays.
This is the big brain plays. We're going to copy this lamppost. We're going to copy and we're going to paste it right over here. We're going to make sure it all lines up. Whoop, bam, boom. We got it. Actually, I kind of want to move this one a little bit bigger. This one needs to be lined up with this one. And shift and there we go. Actually, I messed that up. Oh, I didn't. Maybe I did. We're about to find out once I... Yeah. Lamps.
Lamps.
Buddy, we got some
We love
lamps.
to see it. We love to see lamps.
What
Ah,
are we,
yes,
moths?
hello, moth people. I
Yeah.
too like to see lamps.
Mm.
Yes, I am human. I love lamps. Wait, shoot. No, I love food.
Ramps. Ramps.
Ramps.
I love ramps. I'm a skateboarder.
I'm a skateboarder, not a moth. Me,
Not
moth,
a
no.
mod. Avril Lavigne. We love her. Ramps. This podcast is dedicated by ramps.
Aw, man, we got ramps to sponsor us? Oh, heck yeah.
The snack that slaps you back, goldfish.
Goldfish.
Thank you.
Please and
Damn.
thank you.
Oh no, I moved the entire drawing. What am I supposed to do? No. Man Z. All your problems away. Sometimes I'm doing traditional art for a long time, right? I'm doing it, I'm like working on it. And all of a sudden I make a mistake and I'm like, oh wait. And I do the Man Z move and I'm like, oh shoot.
Oh shoot. Big artist
This
move
one
there.
up.
Really boggered this one up, huh?
Yeah, it's a whole conundrum.
It's a whole conundrum. We've all been there.
Yeah. Well, I hope you like your Procreate. I'm excited to see what you do with it. I know we kind of strayed away from that topic, but I kind of want to go back to it.
Well, I made a logo for my mom's online store.
Oh, yeah, for her mask and stuff?
Yeah, I made like a really simple ferret because she wanted it to be kind of like the Napster logo.
Napster logo.
Napster was an old, like,
Yeah.
music software back in the day.
No, I don't know what that is. I was thinking
Or
of
maybe
something else.
it might be. I might be wrong. But it had like a cat, but it was a very simple design.
No, you're right. It's a music software.
Okay. So
Old or something.
the cat logo is very simple, and so I kind of took that and I looked at a ferret and I made it just like a really simple logo. Yeah, I looked at one ferret.
And then I had it.
And then in passing too. I didn't even like stare at it long.
Yeah. Well, that's impressive.
Thank you. I try to be.
Try to be impressive?
Yeah. But that's the most recent thing I did was I made like a very simple ferret logo for my mom.
Oh.
And then I made her online store.
And Alex was going nuts using it.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that kid went crazy.
Yeah, he did. They did.
Those were my days off, so I got to just like sit around. And that was nice.
Yeah, that was a whole time.
I really liked that. The only bad part was that immediately after those days, I had to go back to work.
Yeah.
And I started two jobs.
You were working the pool job.
Yeah, but that was like the pool. That's not a real job. That's my fake job.
That's like, well, my room is kind of like that, where it's kind of like you can have a high constitution of like lots of things to do, but when it slows down, you can do your own work, and then it's like I'm getting, I'm not gonna say this out loud, but I'm gonna say it out loud. I'm getting paid to do my homework, kind of.
Oh yeah, mood. When I worked at Northampton as a tutor, they would just bring me in and I would sit there for hours, and if someone showed up, I would tutor them. But if no one showed up, I would just sit around and do my homework. It was awesome.
Yeah. Times to be alive.
Times to be alive. Right now.
Oh yes, this is the reason why it's minimum wage.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think the lining for the background is pretty much done. Oh wait. Got this little. These are gonna glow. I want them to glow. They're going to glow. The little crosswalk sign things. Crosswalk bits. They glow because safety is important in the future. Not in the present. Psh.
Not in the present. We hate safety, but in the future.
You know what? That might actually be true.
Yeah, that might
Being
actually
safe is boring. The closer I am to death, the more fun things are.
Babe, that's a little too real to you.
That's just like doing any sport.
That is. Oh yeah. That's why I don't do sports. That's.
Should I
why.
tell her about roadkill?
No.
You can harvest roadkill with a license.
Not
My mom
that
wants to get
kind of
one.
roadkill.
Oh no, she doesn't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Sam, no
Why-
one knows
why
what
would
you're
I?
talking about, and I love you for it. But jeez, man.
Come on.
I guess you can tell everyone what roadkill is.
Nah, I'll save it. I'll save it to when I come. Nah, I already brought it up.
Yeah, you already brought it
Yeah,
up.
that one's on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this game called Roadkill, and as the name suggests, it involves roadkill, but not actual roadkill. So the way it works is, overseas in my little neighborhood, we were a bunch of crazy kids.
Okay.
So, what we would do sometimes is as cars are passing by, we would lay under them and have them drive over us.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And basically, if you're going to stand and watch, you're going to have to partake in the activity. If you don't, you get beaten up by everyone.
Oh, fun.
Which a lot of people, just tried to steer clear of us. We were crazy. Bonus points if you do roadkill to a truck.
Let it be known that I do not advise this activity, kids who are listening to this.
Yeah, don't do this, please.
Don't do this to Pete. Listen, truck drivers around here are nuts.
Yeah, this is overseas, so it was even crazier.
Yeah,
Literally, I could have died. The one thing that honestly made me stop playing Roadkill was my last time I've ever played it, which was I had a close call. Basically, there was a guy who was new to the area, and the people there familiar with us. So they would just let us do our thing, because nothing could stop us. No matter how many times we got our butt whooped by the drivers, nothing stopped us. There was this guy, new taxi in town. He swivers to dodge me, swerves out of the way to dodge me. Accidentally almost runs me over. So what I literally had to do was roll with his dodge. Like, as he swerved away from me, I rolled away. So he almost ran me over, and I just rolled out of danger. And it was very, very terrifyingly exciting. I felt so alive, but I also was terrified.
Died.
Cool.
And with that,
I understand that.
Oh, sorry. Keep going.
No, I kind of understand that. I used to take dares as a kid, and I became one rich little kid taking dares from older people, especially like older kids. I would eat all kinds of weird stuff. Because, they're not very creative, so it'd be like, eat dirt, eat a bee.
Eat a bee.
Oh.
Yeah, I ate a bee.
Was it a bumblebee?
No, it was a sand
okay.
bee. I ate a sand bee.
I love bumblebees. Bumblebees are such precious creatures.
Sand bees are things that you can find mainly at parks, and they hate everything. And I do not use that lightly. They really just hate everything. They are mean, vicious creatures, and they are accountable for more than one of my numerous bee stings as a kid. They have a big vendetta against everything.
Everything in existence.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I ate one.
Sometimes facing your fears isn't enough. You just gotta eat them.
Well, it was for $5.
You can't beat him, eat him.
It was for $5, so that was what.
Yeah, for $5. Heck yeah.
Really sold that one for me.
As a kid, you bet.
Yeah, I was rich. I'm not kidding. When I was a kid, I was rich because I kept taking dares.
Well, we Sams, we do have a little bit of crazy in us. The fun crazy.
No.
Not all of us, though. Not all Sams.
The kind of scary crazy that makes me worry for the both of y'all.
What are you talking about? Just because I tried to steal plywood from a broken down house and then had to jump out of a 2-story building.
Hey, hardcore parkour.
Yeah, well, I needed it for a theater set, and I wasn't going to go to Home Depot and spend money on that, so I stole it from an old abandoned house, and then I almost got caught by the cops. So I jumped out of the building with the plywood.
That must have been awesome as well.
Oh, it was cool. The surprising thing was I didn't break
this? How
anything.
come I never heard about this?
This happened in high school.
See, it's a special Sam thing. You wouldn't understand.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I don't need
it
to be a
happened in
Sam.
high school when I was getting ready for my Macbeth production.
Pretty funny.
Because I was the head.
This thing.
What was I at that point? What was my title? I was the artistic director. That was it.
Sam, in
Yeah,
your
what's up?
Opinion of comic book reading, understanding, does this look a comic book style-esque?
Yes. Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
That's what I'm going for. Alright, then the lining. Oh, I didn't do the chairs. And of course the characters, but the characters go over this.
Yeah, they go last.
Yes.
You're all trying to find a job that has something to do with comics. I'm tired of working stupid jobs, and I want to dye my hair again. I can't do that in hospitality because they're family.
Oh, I want to do hospitality.
It sucks.
I like it. I'm good at it. I'm really good at it.
I hate it. They don't believe in you, and they hate you.
No?
No, they want you
died.
dead.
I died.
You died?
I died. I'm
This
playing
is
a game
Ghost?
called Chasm, and I was mining for a very difficult to find drop. I was farming, for a very hard to find drop. It's literally the rarest material. I found 2 of them.
And you died. Sounds
And
like
then I died.
Minecraft.
Awful.
No, it's not Minecraft. It's a Metroidvania.
Alex probably knows about it then.
Yeah, Alex definitely knows about it.
Oh,
Any
Metroid
indie title
4 needs
Alex
to come
knows
out.
about.
Metroid Prime 4.
Is it like an indie game?
Yeah.
Okay, then Alex
It's a
definitely knows
pixel.
about
It's
it.
a pixel. It's a 8-bit, 16-bit.
Yeah, my partner is crazy into indie games.
Your boo-boo. Your baby boo-boo. Your
My
gaga.
my rat,
Hey, baby.
my New York rat in a giant trench coat.
Yo, I have a trench coat.
That's what.
Yo,
That's
bring
what
a
Alex-
trench coat when you come see me. Just kidding.
No, they will security check me in a heartbeat. They will random check
Oh,
me.
yeah.
It doesn't help that I'm married.
Sorry, baby. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, officer. I don't have a bomb on me. Oh, you don't believe me? Well, why don't you see for yourself?
Almost made me laugh this time after the second time or third time I've heard it. Love you.
Me too.
I think I'm done for now. I'm gonna put the other colors back. Oh. I got rid of these lines because they don't make sense. No.
I love how the main villain's name is Ulak.
You lack.
Yeah, you lack the power to defeat me.
That's like a Phoenix Wright character.
Considering that this is a game where I literally go to hell and try to stop a galactic demon from taking over.
God, that's just like Phoenix Wright. Tit for tat.
Oh. Well, with Chasm, it's a medieval. You're a medieval character with magic.
Well,
in the Underground.
you're like that in Ace Attorney too.
Hold on. That's not how it goes. You're just suing people and tampering with evidence.
No, you're in medieval times.
Phoenix Wright is a lawyer. What
are you talking? What Ace Attorney are you talking about?
Phoenix Wright?
What? No.
Ace Attorney and Phoenix Wright are different.
No, I'm just joshing both.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, what incarnation are you talking about? It's literally a lawyer who tampers with evidence in modern Japan era.
I knew.
This is one thing that Samuel was not letting up on.
I knew I could Josh you, Fate. I knew I could get Sam, But I gotta say, Faith, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that you believe me for a second.
I didn't
Well,
believe
it's
you. I was just
to me,
trolling,
to me,
I wasn't
it's
paying attention.
the reason why it seemed feasible to me is because I remember at some point seeing like a demonic thing being sued or something.
Oh, that was probably okay. So they had one where it was in like feudal Japan. It's like a spin-off, but it never came to the States.
Oh,
Mhm.
whack.
So that's kind of why I believed you, because I'm like, wait a second,
I just like messing with people.
Mm.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
So, not on you.
I mean, it's more of a me trying to rob that the victory from you. It's not necessarily that you fooled me.
Oh, I
It's
didn't.
just-
It's not. I didn't expect to win. It's just how long I could get you. I already got you on the Hall and Oates thing. I already won tonight.
the Hoa notes.
Don't worry about it.
See, you can't get me if I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's not important.
You failed.
Okay.
Hold on.
I failed.
If I'm gonna use that word, if I'm gonna use that sentence, if I'm gonna use that phrase
Yeah, I failed.
to do it right. If I'm gonna. Damn it! Where's the audio file?
Don't play copyrighted music.
It's not copyrighted music. It's perfectly legal. It's a perfectly legal audio file.
If I get copyright striked for this, I swear.
Here we go. Alright, y'all ready for this?
You failed!
Amazing.
Wow. That was amazing. So glad.
So if you don't play Team Fortress 2, that's what happens when your team loses. The announcer just goes, "You failed!"
Oh, okay, thank you.
My pleasure. And with that, I bid you all adieu. Toodles, good night. Always stay bright. And just remember, it's gonna be all peace.
What? Oh. Oh, he just straight up left.
Yeah. Well, he said peace.
Oh. It's a piece, didn't he?
Yep.
I like how these windows are coming along with this little light situation.
I can't wait to mess with him more.
Yeah. Well, come around between the 9th and the 15th.
I will try.
I know.
Very
it's
hard.
Be hard to. We'll definitely see, like, whatever day you figure it out. Like, the 15th, we're going to Bethlehem for a potluck picnic. You can totally join if you want. I would have to drive you there. Oh wait, you can drive.
Yeah, I know how to drive.
But it's all the way in Bethlehem.
That's not that far from me.
Oh.
It's about the same from Albright as it is for me. It's like the happy medium between.
Yeah, so that's the 15th, and then every other day is fine.
Okay. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
I really want to.
Yeah. Everyone knows messing with people isn't the same when it's not in person.
Yeah, it's not as fun. The victory's not as
so you want to
sweet.
meet someone who's really important to me or something.
Yeah, some nerd stuff like that. Whatever.
Whatever.
But more importantly, gotta mess with them.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah, so that's basically it. I think I'm gonna keep the purple color, you know?
I like the purple color.
Yeah.
I think keeping it like that and not going too much further is a good idea.
Yeah, not going as detailed as the floor.
Yes.
Alright, I'll just add gradients on it, like... Feel me? I don't know.
Yes.
Ooh. Just select certain things. Instead of just going all gradient crazy. I'll figure it out. It's getting late. I'll save. Alright, saving. And that's it. Thank you for joining me and Sam and Sam.
Yahoo!
Was there someone else here? No, it was just you guys.
Yep. We were just the only ones.
This is what we accomplished this stream, and I'm so glad you came along, Sam, and everyone else who manages to find this video. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye, good night, unless it's morning, good morning, and if it's not that, I hope you had a good time. Thanks. Goodbye. I guess I gotta end the stream. How do I... Yes, end. Thank you. Yay!